Hit the lights!
You've discovered the Halfwatt Podcast. We want to educate and entertain by tapping into the most trusted source of new technology, the ones installing and innovating it. You, the tradespeople that build from the ground up. Join us as we talk with industry leaders, veteran contractors, and even some young blood.
Welcome aboard. Tonight, or today, we want to talk to Nick Severett, the Montreal Sparky.
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
Just fantastic.
Here we are,
Going
surrounded
off,
by tools.
Yeah, surrounded by tools.
Other tools.
Yeah, that's
Gage.
More tools and beautiful people. So yeah, we're happy.
Tool number one, Gage, talk.
I'm here. Along with the many tools, you have a great radio voice.
Yeah,
you do.
Awesome radio
He was
voice.
like, I'm not a professional. Hello. How's it going? Are you?
Radio face as well? Right?
No, you got an Instagram face, but
there's Tyler's voice.
I'm
there.
still drunk, so I might,
How's that working out for you last night, right?
It was a crazy night last night. It was insane. Pipeline's been awesome. Real quick, is this our first international guest?
It is.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So
quite
well
the honor.
done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the way from the wastelands of Montreal.
Wastelands.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to make it sound exotic. I don't know.
So you went completely the opposite way.
Please
exotic
don't
land.
piss off
He's
the
right.
Canadians here.
We live in cabins in the woods, right? Amongst the beavers and the
And
moose
bear.
and,
We all have bears for pets.
Yeah.
You're just describing
We saw a bear
Narnia.
last night, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, we. You were at,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah.
Smokey.
We saw a bear.
Smokey the bear.
Smokey the bear. Yeah.
Were you guys that high? What happened?
No, that bear was hammered though. He didn't move the whole time.
Yeah. He was on something.
Well, you have
for
to
sure.
wax eloquent. Tell us what happened.
They have like some sort of like stuffed bear just sitting in a chair at the bar.
Oh, really? Is that what
Yeah.
that was?
But not like a stuffed animal, like literally a
No, the whole bear.
Well-
a whole black bear.
So for the listeners who hadn't quite figured out that we're just finishing up our time at Pipeline, right? First time I've been here, I didn't know Milwaukee had so many damn tools, and we're surrounded by maybe not even a third of them in this room,
Probably.
and it's just incredible. It's really incredible.
Yep.
It is a crazy feeling to walk into a massive room and just see like beasts literally surrounded by walls.
$1 million
of tools.
worth of stuff.
That's the
honestly.
thing. You can know Milwaukee, or you can know, let's say, Pack Out, or you think you know Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But when you get to their actual headquarters and you see all that they do, and look around you, you don't even see the workwear right now.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
This is just a sizable chunk of it. It's not even. It doesn't even. I don't think scratch the surface.
Yeah, there's a
honestly.
whole other room of more stuff.
I realized how broke I am.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, pretty damn quickly. Quickly.
This is obviously not your first time. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into being an electrician. Now you own your own company.
Yeah, well, look, I started, what was it, 2016 now. So I'm not
Okay.
been in the trade for decades or anything like this. But when I started out, I had a little Instagram page, as you mentioned earlier, going where I was posting what I did in my apprenticeship, right? It was just for myself, not for anybody else.
Right.
Post the tools that I use, the jobs that I do, stuff like this. And it grew from there, but pretty quickly on. And I guess because back in the day, there were not that many people doing it, or Instagram was mostly for posting about food and fashion, stuff like this. Trade people, not so much. Eventually, I guess Milwaukee caught wind of it, or just saw something that they liked, and they extended an invitation for what was called the NPS back then, the New Product Symposium, before Pipeline. And they gave me a chance, just like they did with you.
Right.
And here we are, right? I mean, after that, the page kept growing, just post about more tools, more work, etc. And as I got my ticket, my journeyman license, figured, you know what, maybe I can try and turn this into a business. So Montreal Sparky, first and foremost, was in my Instagram handle, but I turned it into a business after. I just kept the same name. I figured that's going to be like my portfolio.
Yeah,
right?
your branding.
When you launch a company, you normally you have to build a portfolio, or you have to do some kind of marketing. It's already right there, out in the open. So I'm going to try and use that and
Yeah, parlay right off of that. That's
Yep.
a good idea.
Yep. So that's exactly what happened. And
Nice.
so 3 years ago, I launched my own company, and so far so good. I'm
Wow.
not a big outfit. I don't have 20 trucks on the road and
Right,
anything like
right.
this. A very small contractor, but I'm happy with where we are, and hopefully we're gonna grow from here.
Perfect.
That's all we're asking for.
So, coming to the Milwaukee pipeline for a while now, have you like replaced most of your tools? Are you outfitted with mostly Milwaukee at this point, or is this just something you do and it's like you get to see some cool stuff?
Well, my van definitely is outfitted strictly with packouts as far as storage is concerned. I have other tool brands in those drawers.
Right.
I'm sure some people do. I'm not
Everyone.
going to name any names.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. So the packout system is fantastic for the kind of work that I do. I do a lot of service work with my vehicle, so that for that is great. I have all the drawers, everything neatly organized. But a good proportion of my tools as well are from Milwaukee.
Nice.
Yeah. And does that come from coming to this event year after year and seeing what they're...
Oh.
Or is it just like you'd have Milwaukee either way?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. And I already had a lot of Milwaukee stuff even before they reached out the first time
Right.
to come
Yeah.
down here. Yeah. No, I was an apprentice buying my own tools. I know it's different down here, or especially maybe with union shops or union companies where guys don't usually provide their own tools.
Right.
But to me, I always had an interest.
We're private, so we all had to buy our own tools.
No, but that's it. So
Yeah.
it's just something I enjoyed. Some people have other hobbies. I liked buying tools.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Me too.
Well, now Milwaukee does in the for the trades down here anyway. Like they'll provide a whole bunch of tools to the apprentices that graduate
Yeah.
and turn out.
Yeah.
And that's something they've always done. And so they kind of get you a baseline set of tools, which I think is
Awesome, yeah.
pretty
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
But I had no idea of the breadth and the depth of what we were going to see. I mean, it was astounding. I'm still kind of
I was telling
dizzy
people...
over it.
I was telling people last night at the get-together, I was like, Mike is fully bought into Milwaukee at this point.
Yeah, oh yeah,
If you
absolutely.
guys served him Kool-Aid, he'd drink the pitcher. He's in.
It was incredible. It was incredible. It was really eye opening. Because I've transitioned in my age and part of my career to where I'm not doing a whole lot of tool work. That's just the nature of the beast. I have to go out and troubleshoot every once in a while or help somebody do something. But for the most part, I'm programming, and so. But I am advising quite a bit, and I'm still teaching, and I still talk about all this stuff. So now if I was younger, I was in my 20s. Yeah, I would make the jump. I
You're
wouldn't
not-
even think twice.
But that's the thing with Milwaukee. You're not just buying into the tools; you're buying into the culture. Almost,
You are,
right?
Yeah.
you really
Yeah.
are. You're saying you're supporting that culture, and then to turn around and because this was a completely unknown for me, and not that these guys didn't say, hey, this is a big damn deal, but I just didn't know what to expect, and so I didn't read up on it just so I could be surprised. It was like going to Disneyland. If you read all about Disneyland, you get there, you're like,
You didn't
it's not
go-
like I read, go. So I just wanted to show up and just
No
kind of see.
preconceived
Yeah, no
notion.
preconceived notions, what was going to happen. And the whole experience was, I felt like they rolled the red carpet out for me. And I know their tools are red, so I didn't make that on purpose. But they really did roll the red carpet out. And,
Yeah,
and I kind of walked around in
The
a
applause
daze.
when you're coming in definitely
Yeah, I was ready to
sign.
sign some autographs. I had my pen out. I'm like, hey, Dad.
Just for you.
Mike Brooks is coming?
Wow, they really love me. I signed 3 or 4 palms, and I didn't. But it really made you feel like you're a part of the process, and that was a big deal to me.
That's a good way of putting it. But what about you guys? What did you think? Your first experience, your first pipeline. Would you come back? Or
Absolutely. I mean, I just, like you were saying, I'm addicted to tools. I love not having any money in my bank account because of Home Depot trips. So just being able to see all the cool new things that they're doing and seeing all the things that I'm going to be buying in the next 8 months. I really have a head start on my coworkers and all those flexes I'm going to be able to have. And
Yeah, he's going to be in the shop just like, I got this and this. It's going to be...
check this out. Just pick this puppy up.
I'm walking through that. I didn't get half of that. I went to the same thing. No. I genuinely, I love just seeing everything going on here. And big shout out to Chester over here. With an N? Cheston. All right.
Wow, great shout out, Tyler.
Well, you got to hear his voice slightly in the background. Cheston has been running, like, yesterday he did 12 episodes of podcasts.
Wow, yeah.
Today he's doing
Yeah,
5.
he's an animal.
If you see our video episode with the two guys from Milwaukee that we did yesterday, he was the guy that hit record. He set all that up. Like, lots and lots of work on their part. So honestly,
Busy guy.
I'm nerding out over all the work that they did.
Yeah, I'd say you were nerding pretty good
Dude,
yesterday.
I talked to everyone behind a panel. If I saw somebody with anything cool, like with
even the clapper
cameras,
board, like,
I'm
can I do
"Ooh,
that?
Can I do that? Yeah,
Click."
exactly. Yeah, man.
It also goes to show that there's a lot of work going into putting up
Oh, yeah.
something to
Yeah.
together
Oh, yeah.
like this.
Absolutely.
right?
We're in this room and everyone's like watching the presentation. I'm like, eyes to the ceiling, like, look at that lighting system, dude. That's so good.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a lot of man hours to put together.
Yeah.
It is, and like the walls, you know, the walls around it, like a studio. If you've ever been in a TV studio, and you know, like that caught me off guard yesterday when the smoke came down. I was like, dang, that's pretty cool, man. How'd they do that? You know, I don't even see the smoke machines that they had. Some
I don't know if it's always like this or not.
Smoky in here?
No, I mean you've been here
Yeah.
more than I have, so
They put on a show, yeah, man.
every time it's pretty much a
Yep.
big production like this. So
Yep.
That's
That's
nice.
it's very cool.
The format that's different sometimes is more on the other side where we did the hands-on.
Yeah.
So in past years, they would have maybe a couple stations, and depending on your trade or your interest, you would only visit a few stations, not all of them like we
Right.
did yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday was just go ahead, do whatever you want.
Which I think was great.
Yeah.
Because
I think a lot of people like that instead
Yeah.
of being steered towards certain stations. Or,
you get
Right.
to just
It's not because you're an
explore.
electrician, you're not going to want to see the new circular saws.
Right.
You-
Yeah.
But
And I thought that was pretty interesting to watch. The chainsaws were pretty pretty amazing because I've got a chainsaw, the competitor's chainsaw with gas, and I saw how fast they were able to cut. with
so it's not
electric
even a
chainsaw.
competitor for them because they're going to phase out gas, right? That's how they
Right.
view it. So
Yeah.
for them, it's not even
Yeah.
a competition anymore.
That's what they're trying to do here. I don't know about up in Canada.
no, yeah. No, well,
You guys have chainsaws up there?
no, we're still with the axe.
Yeah.
We don't.
I am a lumberjack. And I'm over there.
The one question that I've really been dying to ask you is, how are you able to fit all those flannels in your carry-on?
Well, he's got a flannel for every occasion.
Yeah. We're not going to tell your listeners that I don't have a flannel right now, but I do have a shirt that's similar in style. I guess.
Yeah. He's got.
I
the
actually
jean,
probably
he's got
bought
the
more
jean
flannels.
button up. He's pulling it off. It's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
between
you know.
this and my Canadian tuxedo. Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
What is a Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah. Made out of jeans.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
All
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I am packing up quite a bit more than what I came in with. In my carry-on.
Yeah, me too. My bag is completely
I don't
stuffed
know
full of
how I'm going to
goodies.
send it home. It's gonna be crazy.
I know. I was like,
So it's such a hard problem to deal with. Huh? It's,
Yeah.
terrible. Terrible.
it's hard to be us.
It was tough to get that. It was tough to get that skill saw in there, but I made it happen. But no.
Oh, my God. So
Can I get this through TSA? Excuse me. I know it's battery powered.
I actually also started my apprenticeship in 2016.
Oh, there you go.
So as two really young guys, and the fact that you already own your own company, have you thought about how the next 30 years of this is going to go? Or
Oh man,
'cause you have a lot of
I
time.
wish I could say that, but so far it's really been like we take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Like, and you could plan for the next 30 years, but something's gonna happen, and you're just gonna throw off the whole whole playbook. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
2006.
Honestly, I don't aspire to be a huge mega corporation. That's
Right.
not what I want. I've worked with bigger contractors in the past, or for bigger contractors. Not necessarily something I'm want to go for.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of respect for people who manage to put it together, though. That's quite a feat to be able to provide for, I don't know, 50 guys on the
Yeah.
team.
It's
quite
insane,
something.
actually.
But yeah, no, I just want to do my own thing, be able to provide for my family, and that's it. Simple as that. It's a boring answer, but it's
No.
the truth. It's just.
I think it
it's just
is interesting that we're kind of moving into a phase, a season, or whatever of our industries where large companies have started to monopolize a lot of stuff, but then people are becoming kind of disgruntled or
Oh, yeah.
disillusioned with that.
Yeah.
And then with social media, there is a place for people to be like, no, I'm going to go do it on my own. And they can have the social media to kind of be
Yep.
that advertisement, be that foundation for them. And so we can start to see, I mean, we've seen it with our show, a lot of small companies.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
Yeah, because
they
you
work
get
together
tired.
and
You
they
get
do
tired of
stuff.
being in a big. Now, I'm not saying every big company is this way, so don't lambaste me. But you get tired of being in a big company and being a bungee technician.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're here, and then Gage is here, and then you're here, and then you're here. Instead of I'm going to fix the problem and the client. You know,
Right.
this is
Right.
my client. I'm going to take care of your problems. You know to come to me. And I've had clients like that while I've been in a big company, like TTSD, Tiger Tualatin School District. They were like my client. They called me for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And when I was leaving my last company, they're like, dude, hang your shingle. We'll hire you. Like, you can just come work for us. And it's just like, so those opportunities allow you to really be good at your trade and then good at your customer service.
Yep.
And you've got a repeating client. And
Yeah.
then their word of mouth is bringing you other clients. And so you're adding to your portfolio, and you don't feel like you sold yourself, sold yourself out in a
Right.
way.
That's a good way of putting it. Yep.
Yeah. And your good skill sets are what's keeping you there. And if you suck, well, then you lose that client. It's just the way it goes, man.
I mean, or it's also the way you deal. If you do not suck, but if you make a mistake, how you deal with it can be crucial. Can make the difference
Absolutely.
between keeping that client or losing it. So we all make mistakes.
And I've had clients, I tell my students, a lot of times what you're doing is you're fixing the client and not the problem. The problem is just one of the issues, but fixing the
Right.
client, it can be the issue. And sometimes you just need to
For
hold
sure.
their hand. You just need to hold their hand and be there as they're going through some crap,
Yeah.
especially when your life safety system's going sideways. That's an
It's a
ugly
pretty big
day.
deal.
I know this sucks, but I'm here for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through this together.
Let's get some
I love you
coffee.
so much.
Let's go get some Starbucks and talk, man. Go.
Hey, it's the same for us.
Yeah.
When you're in a customer position, you want to feel like you're taken care of, or
Yeah.
that they're there for you. So it's the same thing, right? If you provide good value to your customers, they're going to come back. If you're not treating them like just numbers and give me my check at the end of the day,
Right.
See, and that's the hook here for Milwaukee, because that's exactly how I felt. Like, going through and learning about the company and learning about all the way that they take your input and actually use it made me feel like I'm of value to them.
yeah, not just a piece of data on
Exactly. I'm not on
on
a
a
P&L
spreadsheet.
statement. Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're a -1. Good day. Click. Oh,
Yeah.
no, you have a valid point.
Yeah, everybody, like, they give you their attention when you sit. We
Yeah.
sat down having lunch yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, you guys should put some lights and gloves, and it'll be good. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's a cool idea, man.
Yeah, we've already been thinking about it for years.
Yeah,
They didn't just
No.
laugh at you and go, yeah, glove lights, sure.
No matter what your experience is, they value your input. So
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I found out last night
Here it comes.
at the dinner that the USA made screwdrivers.
Oh,
That's not a file on the stem.
So see those right there?
Oh yeah.
See those?
Yeah, just for
Gage was convinced that those were files. Actually, he
Well-
convinced all of America that those were files.
I've been using it
As a file.
as a file
To
because we have
bring
to.
down
work?
EMT.
Oh,
and,
do we
Oh, they work great.
Conduit, yeah.
Well, no.
Well,
Like,
what are you using it for?
We have to drill, above our head hole saws into like door frames and stuff, and sometimes if you need a little scoosh over. I've been using it as a file for like a year, and it's held up. It still looks like I said. I was like, there's 95% of it's still there. Like, it's held up, and these are the guys that are in charge of like Milwaukee's hand tools, and they're like, did you know that was a file? Or have you ever heard anyone say that? And then they kind of went around and they were like, that's awesome. Yeah, no, we totally, absolutely designed it to also be a file. And we all laughed.
But
They're like, dude, that's not a file.
so
That's for your fingers.
what's
That's
the actual reason?
It's a second grip.
It's
for
for two-hand.
There you go.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a grip, not a freaking file. And we dumb technicians gave it more purpose. So
And they loved it, though.
yeah.
They loved it.
I love the fact that they just rolled with it.
Yeah,
TBH, there's a saying, right? as long as the tool works for you or what you're trying to achieve, it is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. That's pretty much what they
It is
said.
well known that a pair of pliers that's right over there is an electrician's hammer.
I said that too. I was like, I love the hammers you guys sent me, and they were like, "What hammers?" I was like, "Oh, you guys sent us two of the USA linemen."
you got the hammer, you know.
In
the guy
the
goes
hands
nuts.
of an electrician, everything is a
Yes.
hammer except a screwdriver. Then it's a chisel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Or a pry bar.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Or a way to break into your van when you locked your keys in there. Boo. Boo
Yep,
nerd. Boo.
I've definitely never done that.
God.
You ever done that?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, perfect. Glad we're all on the same page and
Well-
haven't.
Slim Jim though,
Oh yeah.
and the window, yeah.
I've used because I actually have one of those like pump up things for like doors. To,
Oh
like,
yeah,
lift.
yeah.
So
So
to get the
Shim.
door.
yeah, to shim the door. So I have one of those, and I've definitely I lied. I've definitely locked myself out, and
Yeah.
I've pulled the door out, stuck that thing in, and pumped it up, and then used a glow rod to unlock it.
Oh, well
That's
played.
amazing. That's amazing.
That's well played. Yeah.
That's what locksmith actually use in some instances. They'll be
Yeah, that
using
pump
that
thing.
little bag. Yep.
That's
Good
neat.
stuff.
We're helping people break into
Yeah.
cars left and right now.
They don't sell them at Home Depot. We should not have brought this up. Portland's going to be in chaos.
Milwaukee should make one. Battery powered M12, little inflatable
That would be
Yeah, just
amazing.
carjacking device.
Yeah. The car jack.
It's gonna disrupt the car theft industry.
Yeah. we had it in
Only
18
car jack
volt.
with the best tools.
This year, it's M12 and twice as powerful.
Decided to make it part of the MX
Oh
product.
my God.
Not one car in driveway. All of them in the garage.
Too funny.
That is hilarious. It is a very robust idea.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna pitch that to our friends. See what they say.
Well, the term they think kept using was disruptive. Disruptive.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
can see how their philosophy is disruptive to people. Because if I was the competition,
Yeah, and then you see
and
Milwaukee
you
come out
snuck
with
in
something,
here,
you're
you
like,
go,
son of
holy
a...
crap.
They're
in trouble.
lighting fires under the competitions button.
Oh.
left
Oh,
and
right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we were joking
it's good.
around about it with the two, between two wrenches guys.
Yeah, Max built.
And like we were joking around and saying it a bunch and having fun with it, but ultimately, like we were saying, like it is. They keep saying it, and sometimes that gets annoying because it's like, oh, these are just words, buzzwords, but you do genuinely see them doing that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with every product they do, and so it's not just words with them; it is literally what they're doing.
Right.
So it's nice to see a robust company like that.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Well, to agree.
So I know that when we were coming here, Gage was very excited to meet you.
Yeah, that's true.
There's been a few people where Gage has been like, this person's here. And he's like very excited. And it's fun for me because usually I'm the excitable one that gets nerded out about stuff. And so it was really fun to see Gage get excited about all of this. I just have to ask, like, are there people when you started coming here where you started to you were like, oh, this person's here. I'm excited to meet this person. People that really inspired you to do what you're doing?
Yeah, inspirations and look, I think when you're new to an event like this or kind of your first experience when you're going to be meeting people who you've been following for years on Instagram or other social media, you do get the impression that it's going to be this big thing, but at the end of the day, they're just people like you and I, right? So
Yeah.
yes, there were some people. You met Adam yesterday, completely
Yeah.
cordless. That guy was a big inspiration, or really someone I was looking forward to meet.
Yeah.
And when I finally met him, super down to earth, and
Yeah.
struck up a conversation just like you guys and me yesterday, or was it the day before when we met at the bar?
It's all been
Well,
one
yesterday
big long
too.
day.
Sure.
But,
Yeah.
Well, but like,
I mean-
on Wednesday night when Gage pulls me in and I'm standing at the table doing my awkward thing, and you just turn, and you're like, hey man, we start talking, and then Gage comes back later and he's like, yeah, that was the guy, and I was like, that was the guy.
that
We
was
were
Nick.
just chatting, man.
Just a normal
Like,
guy.
but that's it. But no, not any better than anyone else. And like you you wouldn't know who I am if it wasn't for Instagram, right? So
True. Right.
I mean, but that is what's nice about this event is being able to get to meet you. If we did meet here and we didn't know who you were, learning about your work would give us an idea of all the cool stuff that you do. And so it is like, yeah, you can follow someone on social media, but then when you get in and actually start networking and talking to people, that's when you get to learn what they're really doing and what they're really about.
That's what the real value in social media for me has been. This is creating the new connections, learning how to do things differently or in a better way than what you were used to. So it's a learning tool for me. That's where the value resides. Not so much in the OnlyFans, bot accounts and stuff like this.
I was gonna say, I think they showed us a graph, and it pretty much said like 75% or something like that of Milwaukee's outreach is all Instagram based, and TikTok was the lowest, and then Facebook was just above that. So
and Instagram was, I think, the highest.
Easily.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Well, the fact that they're
I just
spending
saw it
their
somewhere
advertising budget
here.
that direction to, encourage this. And you and I, we all saw it yesterday. How many people were posting? Like, how much information moved from Pipeline out to the web?
A lot of tripods.
Oh yeah. Well,
by 2 in the afternoon.
I think for a company like this, it's way more efficient, right? Or versus running an ad on TV, because maybe 95% of the people who are going to see your ad are not going to be interested in your product. Whereas if you're on social media, following a few tool pages, a few influencers, quote unquote, you already have an interest in that. So
yeah. And then there's a red
directly
sea.
pinpointed
So
for a week.
So it's a targeted market.
Yep.
The information hits. It's relevant to that group, and so your advertising dollars are maximized as far as I'm concerned. As far as I can. Tell.
So
And it's probably less expensive too than
Much
doing
less expensive.
So this is
Having
where
a
we're going to
NASCAR.
announce we're doing a half-watt pipeline, and we're going to invite all the influencers.
Good.
To
As long as you welcome
Oregon
us,
City.
as long as you got the Ecto Cooler drink.
Yeah, we'll order it from Milwaukee to Oregon. We'll get it in.
Yeah. And
I'm going to get up on stage and be like, podcasting, disruptive, robust.
yeah,
Turn on the smoke, Tyler.
exactly. The smoke machine and the red carpet. That's what we need.
Everybody clapping.
This
when
is
I
gonna
arrive.
ruin me.
The three of us clapping at people as they come
Welcome
in.
to the end of the Oregon Trail. A lot of people died between here and where it started, which is like some other place.
What
but
were you
now
going to
we're
say,
here.
Nick?
Yep. Yeah. That's, I like the idea.
Oh, spotted cow. We'll definitely have to import some spotted cow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really push a lot of.
that's all that I
spotted
drink
cow
when
in
I'm
you
down here.
guys. Is it really?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, dude,
That's good.
they only sell it in Wisconsin. You
Oh,
can't
no
get it
kidding.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a Wisconsin only beer,
Yes.
which is why that was so popular.
Employee owned.
Yep.
No
company.
kidding. Nice. Well,
Yeah,
as a non-drinker,
and I
I
don't-
tried the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
like-
about?
How was the one?
Have you tried some cheese?
I did try the cheese. Yeah, I had a lot of the cheese last night. It was really good. Yeah, I ate my ass off. There was no doubt about that.
Yeah.
It was good. And the
Did you
music
stick
was
around-
good.
Did you stick around long enough for the pizza? Because they brought in pizza.
I couldn't have eaten pizza if you'd paid me triple. I couldn't eat another damn
So much
thing. The one thing that Milwaukee did not skimp on was food, beverages, entertainment, anything like that.
Yeah,
They
man.
provided it all. The hotel, the lodging was superb. The
Oh, that was a
lodging was
great
superb.
hotel.
It was unbelievable.
Yep.
The way I've been treated is superb. I couldn't ask for anything better. The Uber, I've never Ubered
Uber
before. I was
vouchers.
new
Yeah.
Uber. I was new to Uber, so this was my first time Uber, and I'm like,
Did you
I told him
talk?
why-
Did you talk to your Uber drivers for every single drive?
no, I just
You
said
got to-
hi.
you got
I
to a
mean,
point, yeah, where you-
I did.
So what are
a
you guys
little
doing
bit.
here? Or
Yeah.
what are you doing here? Like to the driver?
No, it just was polite, and it was new to me. I told the wife, I said, "Man, this Uber thing everybody's been doing for years, and I just figured out it's pretty cool, man.
Especially when it's free.
Yeah, it's even better when it doesn't cost you anything.
That's the thing.
Let's go to Montana. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, you could have with the voucher.
Yeah. Kidding.
It
we
was
almost used it to go from Chicago up here when
Wow.
we got stuck in Chicago.
yeah. Our flight got canceled.
Whoa.
And it was either I looked and I was like, an Uber would be $250. We'd
You have
I
just
still
yeah,
have-
you have
so I
enough.
didn't get that part of the story. I didn't realize you were supposed to fly in.
Yeah.
yeah, we got stuck in the thunderstorms because we came in a day before everyone else.
Yeah.
And
our plane actually did like a hard 90 to avoid the thunderstorm.
Yeah, like going into Chicago, we went south for a minute.
And then we landed, and as we landed, the thunder started rolling. And we sat down in our terminal. We got all the way to our terminal. We sat down. We were getting something to eat. And then Gage just looks down. He's like, well, our flight's canceled. And I was like, ugh. So we had to kind of scurry, and we called our reps and let them know what happened. And we were like, we can just Uber. We can do that. And they're like, no, we got you. Don't worry about it. And they took care of it.
Got us a rental.
That's nice.
Nice.
So we drove to the Milwaukee airport and dropped it off.
Yeah. Gage and I had a fun road trip from Chicago to Milwaukee. It was pretty cool.
I mean, I know the other Canadians, they also drove from Chicago.
Did they really?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, the flight from Chicago to Milwaukee is 17 minutes long. So, like,
Wait,
they don't.
Chicago to
Well,
Milwaukee?
it's
Yeah,
45
absolutely.
minutes gate to gate. but
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
already
Yeah,
there
45
for-
minutes gate to gate. And then, but as soon as you get on the
Yeah.
plane, they're like, okay, this will be 17-minute, 21-second flight. Everybody
That's
hold
crazy.
on.
Yeah, it was only an hour and 20-minute drive, so
They don't even stop the plane. They just boot you right out. Get out, clown.
that's awesome.
So I'm rolling on the runway. No, it was really pretty cool. And I enjoyed the whole thing. For as a guy who doesn't like to fly much.
You're not a flyer?
I don't mind it. It's just I don't fit in the seats. I'm
You're a small man.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I fill
love
them
it?
out, man.
Oh, you like flying?
No, I
you
don't
do
like
fill
flying
in this.
because I fill out those seats.
Yeah.
We actually got really lucky. It was a fully booked flight.
Mm-hmm.
I had a window seat right behind first class, so we had a ton of room in front
Oh,
of
no
us.
kidding.
Exit row?
No, like
Nope.
way up, like literally right behind first class. And then every seat was filled except for the one between me and Tyler.
Oh, no
and I had
kidding.
the
Nice.
window and he had the
Nice.
aisle, and
Well
the
planned.
bathroom was
Was right
right in
there.
front of him.
Yeah.
I was like, this worked out
Cheat code.
very well.
Yeah, man.
Cheat code.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can I be the one asking
Me
a question?
or
Sure.
all
Yeah,
of you?
take
All of
over.
you, what? Because I mean, we are after all in Milwaukee for the Milwaukee pipeline. What was the coolest tool you saw
Tool or a
during-
thing?
or thing? Okay, yeah, thing.
I have said it multiple times.
During the show, though.
My favorite thing was the bump cap.
Oh yeah.
Genuinely,
100%.
like
100%.
when it revolutionary to me. A bump cap that doesn't look stupid is the coolest thing you can possibly achieve in life.
You know what? It's one of the stations that spend the most
Hey,
time.
Gage, you want to turn off your phone, dude?
You know, the fact that I am a co-producer and I just did that is
All right.
You gotta keep
we're
that in.
professionals.
Keep that in.
Oh, I think we should.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to keep that in?
Yeah, you should have
Yes.
clapped.
I mean, I'm the producer, so I gotta clap.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
the
bump cap was-
cap was so cool.
100%. I agree. I
like-
agree.
Do you?
That would be also my pick. Or yeah,
Because
you know what?
it's,
Yeah.
it's life safety. Like, it is now something that I can wear every day on the job, feel comfortable in, feel like, okay, I don't look like some Gage.
Dude, it's a client. It's a client.
Let's just take the call live.
You're on the air.
We'll do
Should
it
I?
live. Oh, that's another show.
Is it a client that would be okay with being on the show live?
It's Nike.
What could
that
possibly go
doesn't-
wrong? You know that small little
doesn't
tennis
answer
shoe
that
company?
question.
Never heard of them.
I mean, he loves the show. He listens to the show.
Does he?
We're like, hey, you're on air. he's like, oh shit. And like, hangs up.
Yeah, that's my
problem's not that-
answer.
it's not that
Before
big of a
Gage
problem.
gets another phone call, that's my answer.
Yeah, I'm holding both
Quickly.
phones at this point.
Okay, what about you?
I mean, that portable lift was pretty sweet. The one,
The
the half
hoist?
ton
Yep.
hoist.
Yep. 1
Oh,
ton.
this
One-
guy?
Was it a full
full
ton?
ton.
This guy right here?
1 ton, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they got one here.
Oh, I thought it was 1,000 pounds. It's a whole ton.
Yeah, 2,200 pounds.
I'm gonna have to ask them if they can lend it to me. I have a job coming up.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah.
What do you do with a hoist? What
You lift heavy stuff.
No, I know.
up to
I
a
know.
second
Like,
floor.
in
Transformers?
general, I know what a hoist is for, but
Transformers?
what do you do?
You could, yeah. Don't know me up to until now. I had to do my job without it, but we have a couple of air curtains, not hair, air curtains to install over big hangar doors.
Oh,
in
yeah,
commercial
okay.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a hospital, and they're pretty heavy units.
Yeah.
So I would just clamp this up on the steel deck or figure out a way, and then lift my air curtains that way instead of trying to rent
That's
out
cool.
another
That's a good
lift
idea.
from the.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
nice is the permanent ones are at the top, obviously, and it lowers the chain down to you.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom, so you
Yeah.
hook what you want
And
to
then
the
lifts
portable
everything.
thing,
And lift itself
and then it
up.
lifts itself up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's, I'd say that's the coolest. Not my favorite thing, but the fact that that thing the size of the original Xbox can lift. Can lift.
The size of original VR goggles.
I think it's actually smaller, right?
It might be.
Original
the, big,
Xbox, yeah, man.
the big Duke controllers, the first one. It was huge.
All right, what are we going to do for the ergonomics of these controllers? Make them wide?
Yeah.
Make it so it feels like you're eating a hamburger?
Your
The
kids
size of a
take
small
everything from you.
refrigerator. That'd be
Don't let them
great.
take your Xbox. We want them to be very uncomfortable for the kids.
That's funny.
It's an American console, right? None of that Japanese
bolsterous
nonsense. It's really
Nintendo?
Honestly,
nah, man.
it's making a lot more sense that all the kids loved PlayStations because they
Yeah.
were like so much more reasonable for their little hands.
Yep. Well, now they can play with a 1-ton chain host.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
The gal that was doing the demo for it, it was super funny because she just kept pushing the buttons up and down, up and down. I was like, is this just a nervous tick that you do? She's like, yeah, I just do it when I'm bored or nervous. I was like, a nervous tick that you could lift a ton with. Like,
I would totally lift up my manager with one of those and just like, oh, hold on. All right.
Shite.
See ya.
Put a
talk
hammock
about that
on that
raise.
thing.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
What about you, Mike? What's the thing you
I
like?
think the roll groover and the inline pipe threaders and the asset protection,
Yeah.
asset management, because the manager weasel is still in me.
Yeah.
And that was eye opening.
The one key.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one key asset tracking, which Milwaukee is providing pretty much free. The software is just like you get the tools, you get the software.
Free
and,
as long as you spend a couple $1,000s on our tools.
Yeah, right. It's just that
I know.
for asset protection.
Usually, most of the time, you got to pay for the software on top.
You do,
Yeah,
exactly, and it has some features to it that you could control if you could control the tools as well. So it doesn't just lock the tool out if someone runs off the job site with your stuff. It actually you can change the ramp up speed, the time, and the max RPMs. So you've got some apprentice out there. You can say like your tool's set to do what we need you to do. I don't need you to over drill. I don't need you to you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or, I mean, that could be good training too, though, right? You can sit down with your apprentice and say, you need to learn how to set the settings.
You need to
for
learn
this,
how
and
to
you
use
need
your
to
tool.
need to know what the settings need to be for this tool to do this job. Because I didn't know. I mean, I just kind of grabbed a drill and said, all right, I'm going to drill this thing into this other thing, and we're going to be good.
That aspect, I think, is still a hard sell for many contractors.
Is it?
Yeah?
I don't know if they're willing to spend the time to actually show the software to new members, to new recruits. But the tracking, yeah.
I just found that good. I also found that in you know the some of the pipe fitting stuff that they've come out with is pretty damn good for its size, its portability.
Yep.
What you're going to get out of it. If you ran into problems with the competition, which starts with an R, they don't give a damn if things don't work right, if your chucks start to fail, stuff like that. I have not found the customer service level there.
Hold on, because there's 2 R's, right?
Oh, I meant
Yeah. No, but they're both
the big one in the pipe company. So
yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't know there's a difference between the R at Home Depot and the
Right.
R directly with the mega corporation.
Commercial
But
that is the industry standard. Is that R?
Yes, it is
It
held
is.
in a very high regard by
is.
plumbers and electricians because they do make a quality product.
They make
I know
an absolutely
we're supposed
great
to focus
product.
on Milwaukee, but it is a good stuff.
But
Oops, sorry.
I've had my share of customer service issues. With certain aspects of it, and the cost is pretty, it's pretty damn expensive when one of those things goes sideways.
Well, to keep this in the Red Sea, Did you see the speakers?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Those were cool.
Yeah, like 5 of them, pair them all together like the JBLs.
The only thing I see this new trend whenever a company makes a speaker, they go for it. They go bananas on the Bluetooth interconnection. Right, you saw that. You could connect a few of them together, and they're really loud and good audio fidelity. All this, but me, I'm old school. I still like to have that radio antenna on it, AM, FM. And most companies are doing away with that. I don't know. I just like it.
That is weird. I didn't
CD
look at
players
them, but
in
I would have
cars.
assumed they had a radio in
Nope.
them. They don't have radio.
No, I don't think they do.
No, strictly for MP3s. Well, Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm
Through
sure.
Bluetooth.
Most of terrestrial radio though is not. It's not maintaining itself. So
I mean, it's still.
it may be in Canada,
and
but
a lot
in
of
America,
guys,
it's having some real issues. So, and I just don't know how long it's going to.
Yeah, because they
be
wanted
a
to play
viable product.
5 pop songs over and over and over again. And
Yeah,
for
until
some reason,
you want to rip your ears
Yeah,
off and
they killed
throw them at
themselves.
somebody.
Yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah.
Well, and then the other ones all talk. It's all bat squeeze talk. So it's like this never ends.
on a weird tangent, I can see radio going the same way that TV has gone, where at least here in America, I don't know how it is elsewhere, but we have, we've gotten rid of basically cable, right? And we've replaced it with 1,000 different streaming services.
Yep.
Now the streaming services are basically the cable companies. Like literally,
they're getting expensive.
Comcast is putting bundles together that you can just buy from Comcast,
Right.
and they're still doing commercials. They're we're literally just going in
circling back.
full circle just on the internet. Like it's literally happening that way.
But it's
So I
the
can-
commercial stuff. That
I can
drives
see
you
the
crackers.
radio doing the same thing
I
where
can.
they go, we're not doing very well on the airwaves. And I've been watching radio shows turn into podcasts. And then they're just going to end up going, now you can tune into the podcast on 94.7 FM.
No, I think you might be right.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's the same thing like with you starting your own company, Montreal Sparky. You were talking about all these companies are monopolizing and they're going to get big and they keep on like our rates. The rates keep on growing because you have such a big company to take after and he can walk in and charge less. And I think that's going to end up coming full circle too. And all these guys starting their own businesses are going to be highly competitive against these big corporations that have
Maybe.
a 300-person HR department,
well, sometimes you still need the manpower to do those bigger jobs, right?
Yeah.
You could be
Oh,
the
true. That's a good
best,
point.
hardest worker there is, but if you're all by your lonesome, you're not going to take on the full hospital
You're not
job.
exactly. You're
by
not going to
yourself.
get the hospital.
You're about
But
2.5
vice versa
guys,
to
right?
that, a lot of times, like our company will have a job, and we're like, we don't want to send our guys to go do that job. So then we just find someone like
Subcontract.
you to
Yeah.
subcontract out.
Yep.
And so there is this mutual benefit of having small companies and big companies. It works. I mean,
Everyone can get a
together.
piece of the pie. I think there's jobs for everyone.
And that's
gotta
a good
go-
way to look at it. Like there's a big pie out there.
Yeah.
Let's all have a piece. That's what we say in Portland all the time. Don't fret it. There's other clients out there.
Yep.
all right.
All right.
I think that's our cue, gentlemen.
Thanks for being
you.
on the
Pushing us
podcast,
out,
Nick.
Actively
pleasure.
kicking us out of here. So we gotta go.
Get out.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, it was a good time. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thanks for listening to the Half Watt Podcast. We always want to hear from you, and we encourage you to email us at halfwattpod@gmail.com with questions or even your own stories. Funny, crazy, or praiseworthy, we want to hear it all. You can follow us on Instagram at halfwattpod to stay up to date on our feed. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And share us with a friend, the best way to help us grow. The Half Watt Podcast is a production of Now Hear This Studios.